There's still one seat there. Maybe in the back there might be some seats as well. I think they have probably counted, I guess.
The overflow went to the other.
Yeah.
There are a few more seats in the back, but if you cannot find a seat, just feel free to stand in the back, right?
And there's also another room. We actually share the screen to the other room, and you can take a look at. In case you can't find a seat, you can also go to the other room as well. It looks like the room is almost full. All right, so if you can't find a seat, feel free to go to the other room. Or you can sit on the stairs as well, if you like. All right. So I think we are ready to start this talk. All right. Okay, we're going to wait a few more minutes. So just relax a little bit. Yeah. So we're actually broadcasting this to the other room as well, and they're still entering. So you guys are really lucky to be able to be in this room because you can ask questions later. Okay. Please be patient. We still have to wait a little bit. Looks like this information talk is really popular, which is good for us, right? We like that.
The only other place I saw something like this was in Disneyland. Right?
Disneyland, yeah.
Queues, right? And we get
I think we are even more popular than Disneyland, I
Exactly,
think. Yeah.
Maybe by next year.
I'm going to take a look as well. I want to see the chaos. No problem. All right, we have 3 extra rooms now, but I think we are almost ready. Yeah. All right, excellent. All right, so let's get started with this information talk. This is from the School of Computing and Data Science, and I'm going to introduce to you the Bachelor of Engineering Computer Science, which is a program that we offer in the school, and also the Bachelor of Engineering in Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. Okay, so you may wonder, are these 2 different programs? It's the same program? Is it a dual program? Okay, I'll answer all of this today. And fortunately, I'm not alone. I'm actually joined by my colleagues here from the school. We have Professor Luo, Professor Yu, and also Professor Ma. And Professor Ma is a VIP in our school, the founding director of this school, recently established. And I would like to invite Professor Ma to give a short speech.
Yeah, thanks a lot. Welcome to Hong Kong U, and also, of course, welcome to the newly established School of Computing and Data Science. And so, as you may know, right, so in artificial intelligence, data science, computer science are transforming our science and engineering, and also even the societies worldwide. If you have any doubt, right, about it, right, just look at this year's Nobel Prize really awarded the influence, mostly for the influence, impact of the data science and artificial intelligence have had on science, and of course, and even beyond the computer science already. So the new school, I just give a few words about the concept of new school, right? The new school is really a HKU or answer to this change, fundamental change, right? The revolutionary change that the computer science have taken place, or artificial intelligence has taken place in the past few years, right? And then actually, if you look at the worldwide, right, all the top universities are doing the same, right? MIT and Berkeley are all having new school, college of engineering, college of computing, and college and data science, and so on. So this is also HKU. Also, we have did a very timely decision since last year. We have been working very hard and did the right thing to merge in two probably the most substantial departments. So one, the computer science department from the former faculty of engineering, and the statistics department from the former from the faculty of the science, right? Probably the 2 biggest programs as well, and merge them into this one new school of School Computing and Data Science. And this will be the school, de facto school, that will shoulder the education, undergraduate and also graduate education for the areas of computer science, traditional computer science, data science. By data science, which includes the statistics and actuarial sciences and so on. And also artificial intelligence, and also the new school will shoulder all the help with the AI literacy from the first year undergraduate courses all the way to the more specialized computer science and data science and AI related programs and degrees. And Derek and also my colleagues will introduce it with more details right? So this is just to clarify, right? This is not a virtual school. This is not a new school, and it's not a new school with still yet to. We actually have this is actually merging of two existing departments. We already had a very substantial, right? We will inherit all the faculties and the staffs are all merged together in an integrated new school. And so this is the history. But then what the new school will do, now we are in the same platform, and that has, have redesign or reform and or even transform the existing curriculum, right? Including the traditional classical computer science degree and also the new AI plus data science degree, and also even the three major degrees in statistics departments has also been significantly upgraded and reformed and even in some sense even transformed to reflect the changes of our field, and so that we can actually educate the talents will be needed 5 years, 10 years from now, all right? Not even what has happened in the past, right? So I can see, we will see that this field of data science or artificial intelligence will continue and probably want to exert even bigger impact in all fields and worldwide. All right. Thank you for being interested. I hope you have a great day. Yeah, thanks.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, let me now continue. You may be wondering, should I go to Hong Kong U? Should I study here? One thing you may look at the ranking information, right? So we have here the ranking for the QS World University ranking and also Times Higher Education. And you can see we are quite competitively ranked both in Asia, but also in the rest of the world. All right, so today we're going to talk about this two programs. So again, Bachelor of Engineering in Computer Science and Bachelor of Engineering in Artificial Intelligence and Data Science. This is actually a single course code, 6999, right? So this is the JUPAS code that you will use if you come from the JUPAS route. You take the DSE, right? And then you apply centrally through the system. This is the course code 6999, the program code. And you will have to make a selection, either computer science or artificial intelligence and data science. But when you apply, it doesn't matter, actually, okay? Because in the first year, you will be taking a few courses, you can talk to the professors, you can talk to other students, you can actually make up your mind, and you're allowed to change the program. There's no quota restriction, okay? So it's guaranteed to be approved. For example, initially you select CS, you can go for AI and data science, or the other way around, doesn't matter. You can freely select that. So these are two professional degree programs that we emphasize a solid foundation. We want you to have fundamental knowledge, okay? So this is a field that changes rapidly from one year to the next. We get new breakthroughs every year, right? We're reading research papers, new things coming out, they are applied in the industry, and we can use them in practice, right? You can even see that nowadays with mobile phones, a lot of AI on there, right? So things change all the time. So initially in the first 1 to 3 years, in fact, you will learn a lot of fundamental knowledge, right? Those things will not change. Okay, they will still be here many, many years later. But you will apply this fundamental knowledge later, in your later years, when you do your final year project, for example, in year 4, you will apply that knowledge and to build something yourself, something potentially cutting edge even. Right? So this is really important, the fundamental knowledge at first. And as I mentioned earlier, there's no quota limitation to change the program. It's very important. And for the first year intake, in terms of numbers, we are estimating roughly 150 plus local and non-local students. Okay? So this is a relatively large program here at the University of Hong Kong. And we are fortunate to have this many quota available. So first, I'm going to start with this first degree, the B.Eng of Computer Science. And then later, my colleague, Professor Liu, will talk about the AI and Data Science program. So again, the emphasis is really on a strong foundational computer science knowledge, but then also on the application. Okay? We want you to not only learn the fundamentals, but then also apply them in practice. And you will have an opportunity to do that in more advanced courses, but also in internship, as well as your final year project that you will work on, which is actually self-proposed. So you will propose your own project. You will solve a problem that you have selected within a team, and a professor will work with you to solve the problem together. This program is actually also accredited by the Hong Kong Institute of Engineers, right? So this is something really important because this accreditation means that we actually have people from the outside of the university coming in. They review our program and make sure it's really up to the standard, but also it's applicable to the industry, so that later on that you can find a job, right? And the job prospects actually are excellent for these 2 degrees. In terms of the areas that you can select of focus, I won't go into the details here. I encourage you to go to the main booth outside to talk to our professors there if you have any questions about any of these areas, right? So we have one area, the theoretical computer science. Okay, this encompasses a number of things, including compiler, but also something really interesting I find, quantum computing, right? Quantum computing has the potential to really revolutionize the field of computing and in general the world, right? But right now, of course, it's still quite theoretical and we don't have many applications, but this potentially will change very quickly. And we are fortunate, we have actually a number of professors, world-leading researchers that we were able to hire in the school, and they're working on this field of quantum computing, and they will teach you all about it. AI and robotics, of course, another important area, machine learning, AI, deep learning, right? Very popular nowadays, which is a particular machine learning technique. And computer vision, right? A lot of deep learning applications there as well. Robotics and hands-on AI, right? So you're looking at a problem, we apply what we know in this computer science field, we apply it to a problem in the real world. For example, we collaborate with the Faculty of Medicine where we do image recognition to detect and identify a certain disease, for example. Big data analytics, right? Statistical learning, AI, machine learning, etc. Cybersecurity, also a very important field. There's a lot of potential here in the job market, a lot of jobs available in this area for cyber attack and defense. Financial computing, of course, for Hong Kong is a really important field, blockchain, cryptocurrency, etc. But also systems and networking, right? We really need to have access to the infrastructure to support AI, right? AI is not just algorithms. We actually have to deploy it. And to deploy it, you need to have the hardware, the infrastructure. And this is not just a single computer. Oftentimes, it's a cluster of computers that works together. And building this infrastructure is not easy. Right? And you will learn this, or you have the potential to learn this as well. In terms of the curriculum map, so you can see this program takes 4 years. 4 years. And there will be initially a number of foundational courses that you will take and CS core courses, as well as a few common core courses that are provided by other faculties in this university. Okay? So you will not only learn about computer science. Okay? You will also, in fact, you will have to take a few common core courses that are outside computer science to widen your horizon, learn something different, learn students from different backgrounds. Right? This is really something that we emphasize here at the university. Right? You study experience. Right? You actually make friends, not just within computer science. You also make friends from other faculties as well. And the common core courses are an excellent opportunity for them. Later on, you will then, towards year 3, you will do the more advanced courses, CS courses. And then finally, in year 4, we call it the capstone experience. For this one, you will do a final year project. And typically, in year 4, you will also do the internship. So this is a graduation requirement. You will have to do an internship between 4 and 12 weeks. Right? So this internship, you will have to find yourself. But no worries, we also have help. So if you can't find an internship, we'll actually help you to find the internship. Right? We have a colleague that's actually an expert on this. And the internship is important because, again, you apply your knowledge, right? You have the fundamental skills that you acquire in our courses, but then you apply that in a real world company. Okay? And for the internship, there are certain requirements, obviously. We want you to get a really good internship. In fact, we have students going to Microsoft, Google, to the US, but also top companies in Hong Kong and the mainland China as well. Right? So obviously, you can't do it at McDonald's, right? We will not approve it, all right? Also, I think I would like to emphasize this as well. When you go for computer science in the program, there's a lot of flexibility. Our students, oftentimes, they will do a minor in a different area so that they can apply their knowledge of computing to a different field, right? So for example, in fact, what's popular, surprisingly to me, Japanese language. There are quite a few students, they're doing a minor or even a second major in Japanese, right? And then this might have, might be their interest, but could also be potentially good for their job, right? Working for a big, international Japanese company. You can also take more than, you can see the credits here, very small. I'm not sure if you can read it. You may wonder, what's that? Credits, right? So if you take a course in Hong Kong U, it's 6 credits. 6 credits for one course. And then you can calculate the equivalent, right? So for example, the final year project will be 12 credits worth, right? So it's roughly 2 courses that you would take. And every semester you would take between 4 to 6 courses. We do recommend you take 5 courses basically per semester, right? So one semester is 4 months, right? We have 2 semesters, semester 1 and semester 2. There's an optional summer semester as well, where not many courses, a few courses. If you really don't want to take a break and relax, you can actually come to the campus and take a few courses if you would like to. And the CS electives as well, the disciplinary electives, you can focus on a certain area if you'd like. So let's say you would like to communicate to your potential employer, hey, I've already focused in this particular area, right? And I would like to work in this particular industry. Computer science is really very interdisciplinary. You apply it to many different areas potentially, right? And it's very powerful in that sense. Okay, next I would like to give the microphone to my colleague, Professor Luo, and he will talk about the AI and data science program.
All right, thanks, dear. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Luo Ruibang, Law. My colleague dear has already pointed out, to give you guys an overview and all pointed out, the key aspects of the first program. So here is the second program. It's the Bachelor of Engineering in AI and Data Science. And I want to use my time to highlight what's the difference between this program and the first program. So you can see that in terms of the main aspects of the students that needs to be mastered in this program is, having a large overlaps with the first program. But there are 2 major differences that can distinguish our second program from the first one. So the first one I pointed out is that when we say data science, you are dealing with data. And this data, it is not coming from nowhere. It must be coming from a certain field. Probably this data could be coming from its finance data, financial data. Then doing data science together with the financial data is what we call fintech. If this data is from chemistry, then we call it computational, chemistry. If it's physics, computational physics. I myself is a biologist, computational biologist. And actually you can tell that my biology is very good, but actually my computer science is even better. That enables me to do, to be able to do studies in computational biology, right? So you can see that the major difference here is that instead of giving you the flexibility to take a minor, here in this program, we strongly encourage you to do a minor. And actually, compared to the first program, here we provide you more resources and flexibility for you to better maneuver in having a minor, right? This minor could be, whatever, more than 50% of the students, local students, will be choosing finance because we are, Hong Kong, according to the latest news, that we are the world top rank. We rank the first as the freest economist in this world, right? And on the other hand, if you want to extend your study abroad in the future, then you can choose from doing maybe law, doing biology, chemistry, whatever. Here in HKU, you can choose whatever you want, right? So different from the first program, we highly encourage you to take a minor, right? And the second difference is here. This slide shows you, future job aspects of the perspectives of being a data scientist, all right? So if you know computer, science knowledge that enables you to become a back-end, data engineer, that you will be dealing with, hardware efficient computing, data storage that many of you have heard about these jargons from cloud computing already, right? But when it comes to front end, we call this the data analyst. That highlights a very important difference that we will be teaching you in our second program. That is how to communicate with your customers, how to communicate with the experts from the other fields. Like, say, for example, I myself needs to, work together with the medical doctors, right? Then it is not that you need to know their jargons, their terminologies, but you need to know how to come up with the essence from the data and from, and use them to like work out some knowledge and deliver these kinds of knowledge and insights to your downstream users. All right. So this part, it requires you a lot of training in terms of communication. So you can see that in terms of a front end, it comes in data analyst, which means that you need to deal with the data according to what your collaborator is demanding from you, and also the other aspects from the front end, that including that maybe you are dealing with some business logics and come up with some new products, then that actually needs you to do a lot of communication with different people. So that's also one of the skill that we will be emphasizing in the second program. And if you are good at both the back end and front end, of course, that you can, right, in the future, you can consider yourself of being a data science software developer. All right. So actually, here from HKU, we have many of the graduates, as Dear said, working currently in Microsoft and Oracle and Google. And actually, I can tell you that many of my students are earning more than me now. So which is, this is a good news, but at the same time, it's bad news to me here, right? So, but if in addition to being a software developer, if you want to find problems yourself, and if you want to come up with this, if you enjoy ideation, process, and you want to find the research problem yourself, then we call it, you will be able to become a data scientist in the future, right? So this final slide is just some numbers that shows you that you can see that the market demand of student graduated with AI and data science is actually having a higher demand than the supply we have. So which shows you that if you can be admitted to these programs, that you will be having a very good future perspective, a job future, right? So that's all from me, and let me hand it back to Dear.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. So next, I'd like to talk a little about the other opportunities that you have. So apart from being in the classroom and listening to professors, what else will you do at Hong Kong U? I've mentioned the internship earlier already, and the final year project as well. But also, we really encourage our students to do an exchange, to go for exchange overseas to another university. Hong Kong U has a wide network of other universities. We have agreement with them, and there's a lot of quota actually. So many of our students, they will go overseas to top universities around the world. US and Europe, very popular. Of course, I always recommend Germany myself, okay, to go there. You can check it out if you speak German, of course. You can do a minor in German, right? That's an option for you. Yeah, so this is the exchange opportunity. I think this really helps to widen your horizon, to better understand the world, and also to learn from experts from elsewhere. In terms of internships, so here we have a few companies that are popular for our students. So they have done internships in some of these companies that you see here on this slide. In terms of career prospects, I think this is really excellent for both programs, right? We have heard this already earlier. We have actually seen a slide. So these are some of the job titles: data engineer, data scientist, data analyst, machine learning engineer, big data engineer, business technology analyst, information security analyst, professional computer forensic examiner, right? We have professors working in this field as well. digital forensics. Right, this is really important. We actually have a professor that is often going to the court in Hong Kong as an expert witness, right, talking about forensic examinations. But also recently, I think what becomes really popular and what we've seen more and more in recent years are students founding their own startups. So they become entrepreneurs. So this is really something that we encourage. Not just encourage, we actually help them. The university has a lot of help. If you would like to found your own startup, right, talk to us. We'll point you to the right resources. We'll help you. In fact, the Hong Kong government has a lot of funding opportunities available for this as well. Okay, so this potentially in your year 3, year 4, and beyond, you can think about that to found your own startup. In terms of salaries, so these are some of the data that we have received from students through this survey back in 2023. And you can see some of the average and also the maximum salary that students have reported in the past. Next, let's take a look at the entrance requirements. So how do you get into Hong Kong U? Basically, there are 2 paths. One is the JUPAS route, and the other one is the non-JUPAS route. Okay, so the JUPAS route is for students who will sit the HK DSE exam, right? So you probably know if you will go for that exam. If yes, you will go through the JUPAS route. Okay, and what you'll see on this slide here, these are the minimum requirements that you'll need to have. So for English 3, Chinese language 3, mathematics 3, and for the citizenship and social development, you need to pass attained, right? That's necessary here. However, when we're looking at the admission, we not only look at this. Okay, we'll actually rank students because we have a quota. Unfortunately, we cannot accept everyone, right? So we'll rank them according to this admission formula that you see on the left. Yeah, the admission formula, right? So you can see, first of all, there are no Chinese in the admission formula here, right? So if you're not very good in Chinese, no problem, right? You can still, you need, of course, at least 3. That's the minimum requirement. There are some exceptional cases where with a 2, you can still go. If everything else is 5, it could be possible, okay? But generally minimum 3 for Chinese. But then in terms of the admission, English has a weight of 1, which is lower than mathematics. Mathematics 1.5. Okay, so your mathematics will be multiplied by this constant 1.5. And the same for the best 2 subjects, also multiplied with a 1.5. Okay, so we're really looking for students who are very strong, in science subjects, right? Of course, mathematics as well. So if you're strong in those subjects, you will have a really good chance to get into this program. Okay, in terms of non-JUPAS route, to be honest, I cannot tell you too much about this, right? Basically, case by case, we do an interview in terms of the admission. Okay, there are also minimum requirements which you can find on the website cds.hku.hk, right? CDS, right? This is for the School of Computing and Data Science. Computing and Data Science, CDS. That's cds.hku.hk. You can find the minimum requirements there. And then it's based on merit, basically, right? We'll do an interview and then case by case, because there's so many different routes that you can come from, right? So it's really depends on the particular case. In terms of entrance scholarship, we actually have one provided by Hong Kong U. But in addition to that, this program has more scholarships, okay? And you can see here this scholarship from this Tongcheng Travel Company, up to 5 valued each 80,000 for local students, and 1 valued 300,000 for non-local students. Okay, but this is shared with another program with the Applied AI. Okay, so these scholarships are available. All right, so that's the end of this admission talk. However, we would like to invite you to ask us any questions. So feel free to ask us any questions. You can ask in English, German, or Chinese. Okay, we will translate it into English and then answer in English. All right, so any questions? Yeah.
150 students participating, is it for both the programs or individual budget?
Yeah, good question. So this number 150 that you have seen, right? So this is for both programs. Yeah, but this is just a number that we estimate or let's say, guess, okay? Because it's quite complicated, okay? And the final number will be determined very late. But we estimate to have at least 150. We expect that we can get significantly more even. At least for me, I expect that we can get significantly more. In the past, if we combine the two programs, the number is much higher. So I believe we can get at least 150. But in terms of the JUPAS minimum, we will accept 91, but possibly 101. That's the minimum contract we have with the government. Okay. Yeah, but it could potentially also be more. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah. Okay, yeah. So you're asking about the difference between two programs. This one, in particular, the AI and data science, and then the AI, applied AI that we also have, right? This is also a program that we offer in the school as well, the applied AI. So if you look at, first of all, you can look at the degree. One is called Bachelor of Arts and Science in Applied Artificial Intelligence. Okay, so this is a Bachelor of Arts and Science. The one we introduced here today is a Bachelor of Engineering, right? So the degree is different. And the program as well, right? So you can see the word applied here. So this program focuses more on applying AI to different areas. So it's more on application oriented, right? To apply to different fields. And if you look at the structure of the program, it's also a little bit different because there's some courses in there from other faculties that students will have to take as well. So it's a bit wider in that sense. And the other difference as well is the quota, right? So if you look at the admission quota, we just mentioned 150 for our program. If you look at the admission quota for the applied artificial intelligence, it's much lower, significantly lower.
Because of this is a new program in HKU. So as a DIC student, how could I know I attain the grade level of this grant?
Okay. So first of all, you're saying it's a new program, and you're right, it's new, but actually it's based off of our old program, and we have made slight changes. So this program we've been running for many years actually. Okay, but now because we have a new school, we have actually made a few changes, right, to make it more applicable to our school and to attract more students. The most important difference is that we do not have a common admission with other engineering students. Okay, now we can recruit our own students. Okay, thereby guaranteeing that you can study computer science, which unfortunately we were not able to do in the past. So this is something really good. But now I think your question is about whether or not you can get in. You know your own score, right? Now the question is, can I get in, right? So unfortunately, we cannot predict what the cutoff will be, because that will depend on how many applicants we will receive, right? So last time we had the common admission with engineering, completely different. So to be honest, ourselves, we can't predict it ourselves, right? So if we talk about a number, I guess there could be a range, let's say between 22 to 27. I think this range, I would say the number lies somewhere in there, probably, in terms of the cutoff. But it could even be higher, I don't know. Depends how many students actually apply for it. But what you can do, you can actually put it into band A. If you go the JUPAS, right? You apply through the JUPAS route. Yeah, so put it in band A. That will actually increase your chance if you have the same score with another student that has put it in band B. Then you will have a higher priority. Okay, so our suggestion is to put it in band A when you select the program. Yeah.
Thank you for mentioning a lot of advantages studying in your school. I think it's very proactive, but I still want to know what kind of challenge do you think for those students studying in this college?
Okay, the challenges that students face, right? Okay, I think it's a very good question. And it's quite different. You know, if you go to high school, it's less flexible, right? You show up every day at school, you know what classes you will take, the teacher will take care of you, right? At university, it's a little bit different. It's more flexibility, right? Students can actually choose which course they would like to take in which semester, okay? So this flexibility actually provides them with a very customized timetable that fits their need, okay? So this could potentially be a challenge, right? Because some students, they may be overwhelmed with this freedom that they suddenly have, right? So actually, we have a number of first-year advisors, and they will guide our students. Right, so we will meet them at least once a semester, and we will talk about the options that they have, the courses they can take, etc. Yeah, but we found in the past that some students struggle with that, yeah, with this newly freedom that they experience when they go to university. Yeah, but I think it's also a good thing. I mean, university life, I typically students, especially you graduated a few years ago, you look back onto your time at university, and it was really a nice experience, right? You made a lot of friends. It's not just in the classroom, right? I think it's also the whole environment. And I think Hong Kong U, in terms of the study environment, is probably, of course, I'm biased, right? But I would say the best university in Hong Kong in terms of the study experience. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
As you just mentioned, the difference between the school and university. May I know the reason why it is called the School of Engineering?
Oh, okay, okay. Very good question. Why is it called a school, right? Okay, this kind of a formality, I guess. So we have departments and we have faculties. In Hong Kong, we have 10 faculties, right? So faculties are the big pillars of the universities, 10 of them, right? And we are not a faculty, we are a school, right? But maybe one day in the future, who knows, right? We hope to be a faculty as well, but it doesn't happen like that, step by step. Yeah, so it's a stepping stone. Yeah, yeah.
It's a bud, so it's a school and not total full department.
Yeah, but we have a lot of more freedom than the department is below a school, right? Department is something much smaller.
Yeah.
The school is a bit bigger. We can do a direct intake, so we have a few more freedoms, right? We have our board of studies. We can make our own decisions, but of course also with guidance from the two faculties that we are in as well. Yeah. 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 There's another question here. Yeah.
Excuse me, my son is a non-Juper. I would like to know, maybe have an idea the percentage of non-Juper student may get this program.
The percentage. Okay, so I don't have the numbers, but if we look at our old programs that we had before, these new programs are based off the old programs, right? We had quite a number of non-Jupers entering our programs before. Okay, in terms of percent, I don't actually have a number. Maybe Professor Liu has some more insight.
Right,
Yeah.
so I'm just shout out
Yeah.
anyway. So at the university level, we'll be having at the university level will be capped at 40%, and we will balance between different faculties and schools. And usually for computer science, like us now we are a school, but we used to be a department of computer science. Actually, we do share a good decent amount of non-Jupiter intakes for those students who are taking IB and also A level.
Yeah, thank you. Because for non-Juper, there's only 3 choices. I just want to have some ideas. The minimum grades of IL may have the chance to obtain a conditional offers.
Right.
We are checking it out now.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
But all these numbers are just made up. We don't actually have very specifics.
If we have the number, it's just historical references,
Yeah.
and every year it changes.
I think we don't have numbers for non-Jupiters actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
don't have any numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, we don't have any numbers for non-Jupiters because there are a number of routes to get in, right? IB, IGCSE, etc. So we actually don't have any numbers available. Yeah, there will be an interview. Yeah, the interview is quite important as well. Yeah, so it will be a merit-based, case by case. Yeah, yeah.
Maybe
Is there like an expected score or something related to this program? Because I want to know how difficult it is to apply for this.
So you're non-Jupiters or Jupiters? Jupiters.
Yes.
Yeah. So for the Jupiters, I mentioned this earlier, we don't really have a minimum score, but we have some estimates from the past. So let's take a look at our program. Okay, well, since this is a new program, we don't have any numbers, but the expected score that we published last year for some of the other programs, are in the range of like 27, 28, something like that. Yeah, but no, this is not with the weighting. This is without weighting. Yeah, this is the best 5 only. Yeah.
Yeah, we do have some lower boundary here. Is that for our 2 programs that the lower boundary, if you take IB, is 36, and for the international A level, the lower boundary is 3A or better in the best 3 subjects.
Any other questions? Okay, I think we have time for one more question. Yeah.
Is there any requirements on programming language that we learn in this school?
Right. So for the intake, there's no requirement for programming at all, right? We don't look at that. However, of course, once you are a student, we'll teach you programming, right? In fact, we teach you a number of languages, not just one. You'll learn a few. For example, Python will be one of the languages that we look at, and many other languages as well. Yeah. All right. So yeah, thanks a lot for coming. And I really hope to see some of you in the next academic year here at the university. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for your joy the talk. Please leave in the back door, okay? Because we will have less talk coming soon. We will have a small, sorry about that. Please leave in the back door. All people need to in outside. This door is not open for leave, okay? Sorry about that.